So how did this fighting start and what is it really all about? We continue our coverage now with Wyatt Andrews.
What's troubling about this war fought in a relatively unknown region is that none of the suffering here is about the enclave of Ossetia. This war is all about Russia and the message Russia is sending to the world.
This is Putin's announcement that Russia is back as a great power.
Vladimir Putin, Russia's former president, now prime minister, has been planning this attack on Georgia for years. Notice how Putin was at the Olympics with President Bush 1 minute and then on the battlefield the next.
You have to understand, these Russian troops didn't materialize out of nowhere. This is the culmination of Putin's efforts to pull Georgia back within Russia's sphere and exert control over it.
But why fight over a place like Ossetia? For that, there's a bigger map. Russia's been looking to reassert its global power since the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991, when most of the countries to Russia's west, including Ukraine and Georgia, declared independence. In 2004, Russian pride was stung again when the 3 Baltic states joined NATO, the Western Military Alliance. And in recent years, both Ukraine and Georgia, countries with strategically important coastlines on the Black Sea, have both elected democratic governments and applied to join NATO. In 2005, President Bush traveled to Georgia, giving a triumphant speech and promising American support.
The American people will stand with you.
But while the president was enjoying a hero's welcome in the new pro-Western Georgia, Putin was back in the Kremlin seething. Using his control of the Russian media, he launched a nationalistic, anti-Georgia propaganda campaign.
We asked young Russians what they thought of various different countries, and Georgia was enemy number 1.
I think he's trying to take Georgia out of play entirely.
Out of play in what sense?
In the sense that there won't be a pro-Western Georgian government that wants to join NATO by the time that Putin is finished with this.
And so the question is, when will Putin be finished? Despite all those American and European promises of standing beside Georgia, almost nothing now stands between the Russian army and the Georgian capital of Tbilisi. Wyatt Andrews, CBS News, Washington.